want to play the clarinet? Maybe don't dress like this, but play the clarinet.
Here's to chasing dreams and the amazing places they lead. The all-new CR-V from Honda.
Oh, how's it going?
Oh, it's going good. Yeah, it's going great. This is a jam.
What is that?
What?
The moment...
We needed to hire someone, but it was really tough finding people that had the right experience.
I was spending half my day just reading resumes.
Go to ZipRecruiter.com and post.
Good, huh?
Not bad.
Hurry into Lowe's today and get 2 select hanging baskets or planters for only $10.
Buster Posey loves being in control.
Wait. We always do baseball. How about a beach? Nice.
Anything else?
How about a sidekick?
Here you go. Is that it?
Maybe a sweet theme song?
Buster knows what he wants. That's why he has Esurance. Their easy online tools make him feel confident he made the right call. That's insurance for the modern world. Esurance, official sponsor of Major League Baseball.
No bars. Oh no, looks like somebody needs a new network. When I got this unlimited plan, they told me they were all the same. They're not. Verizon has the largest, most reliable 4G LTE network in America. It's basically made for places like this.
Honey, what if it was just us out here?
Right. So I ordered you a car. Thank you. You don't want to be out here at night because of the coyotes. Okay, thanks, bud. Bye. Be nice to have your car for some shelter. Bye.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Just $45 per line for 4 lines.
Sold! Next up for auction, we have the Miller family, the kids, social security numbers, the mother's maiden name. Let's start the bidding up at $200.
Your information could be out there, just waiting to be auctioned off on the dark web. But now there's Experian. We monitor the dark web globally and let you instantly protect your Experian credit file from identity thieves. Plus, get up to $1 million in identity theft insurance. Try Experian free for 30 days at Experian.com/protect.
When you need help with a home project, there's only one place to go, HomeAdvisor. The free way to find trusted pros in your area. Other websites say they're free, but charge you for most of their features. HomeAdvisor is always free. Free to get matched to top-rated pros. Free to read reviews. Free to check the project cost guide. And free to instantly book an appointment. HomeAdvisor is so much more than a list. It's the best way to get help for all your home projects. Go to HomeAdvisor.com.
HomeAdvisor. If you just sign that first
I'm
one
so
there.
sorry. I don't feel comfortable signing that.
I don't get the math here.
Was this the same car we talked about?
What's this dealer preparation?
I'm so sorry. This just is not
what we talked about.
Get the car without the car salesman. Carvana.com, the better way to buy a car.
You're either going to love me or you're going to hate me. And, either way, you don't know me.
Inch in the backfield. Russell throws inside. Oh, my God, he picked off. A shot to the heart of every Seahawks fan. Russell rolls right, throws to the back corner of the end zone. Bryce Hager very nearly picked that off.
You got a little fired up on the sidelines. Who were you, John, with, and what were y'all discussing?
I was making sure Pete knew that we're not comfortable with you throwing the ball at the one. We go out there, we sacrifice, we battle. You don't give away our battle. You honor our sacrifice.
You are undermining your head coach in front of the media.
That was one of our guys who's got as much emotion as you could ever want.
What's our rule? Protect the team. Protect the team. It goes both ways, and that's what me and Pete talked about.
Seattle has listened to some trade calls for Richard Sherman.
We're going to try to keep our core together as much as we possibly can. There's going to be a really hard decision or two that's going to be coming with people that we love.
I said, you'll miss me when I'm gone,
What you've seen lately in the news is real. That's on both sides.
Richard Sherman initiated this. I mean, he was the one that said, hey, why don't you see if you can find a new home for me?
He knows what's going on. We know what's going on. I don't know if anything would ever happen.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to prove a point.
Well, there's a fascinating article in ESPN the magazine, which will be on stands June 2nd. Richard Sherman can't let it go. The Sherman story. It's available on ESPN.com right now, and ESPN the magazine senior writer Seth Wickersham joins us. Seth, I read the article and it was fascinating because to me the essence of it came down to 2 points. Number one, just how ultra competitive Richard Sherman is in every aspect when it comes to football, like every play at practice. And then the fact that that interception in that Super Bowl is still something that he's having a difficult time getting past, and it has created a fractured relationship between him and his head coach.
You know, I think that the hardest thing in the NFL is to sustain success after you win a Super Bowl, and probably the next hardest thing is to try to rebound from a catastrophic loss. And there's no question that it did. I mean, it wasn't just a Super Bowl loss. It was the pain of a dynasty being thwarted at the 1 yard line. You know, they thought they were going to make people forget the Steel Curtain. They were going to beat Peyton Manning and Tom Brady in consecutive Super Bowls, and that was going to be the end of the discussion. And it ended. And so I think that because they haven't gotten back, and because they've lost in the divisional round of the playoffs, it's made everything worse, and it all comes back to that play.
Well, it's interesting. That's the play he says he can't let go, the interception and the decision to throw it at the 1, and obviously he made the comments after they tried it again in the Thursday night game against the Rams. In working on this story, what was the one thing that surprised you about how difficult it's been for Richard to get past that one play?
It's the question of why. And I think that it's, you know, you have Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson. They're two very extreme personalities, and Sherman is also. But Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson are extremely positive thinkers. Pete Carroll's entire book goes back to all the moments when he's been broken in his entire outstanding career and how he managed to flush that pain. And I think that that mentality has almost made things harder on the people who have had a hard time letting it go. Like a couple of years ago when they lost to Carolina in the playoffs, they got down bad early, 20 points. Yeah, rallied, came up short. In the locker room after the game, Carroll said, if we just had one more minute, we would have had it, guys. And the defense is like galled at that because they're running out of minutes. The window doesn't last very long in the NFL.
Well, they were trying to be, Teddy, the first team to repeat since your Patriots did it. If something like that had happened to you, now you obviously had different heartbreak in the 2007 season.
Right. Lost 2 Super Bowls, 96 also. So
yeah, how difficult would that have been for you to overcome the way it played out as a defensive player yourself?
Well, I think you have to just understand. I was told by coaches throughout the course of my career, a lot of things happen on the sideline, a lot of things are done, a lot of things are said. Don't take it personal. Because in the heat of the moment, plays are called, defenses are called, things are said, insults are said also, only because everyone has the goal to win the football game. Do you trust that everyone on your team does what they can to win that football game? Don't take it personal. And if you do, you can move on. But Richard Sherman, it sounds like, takes everything personal, especially that play, especially the way things are being handled with Russell Wilson. I read the article. It was a great article, a lot of insight in terms of what goes on, how they feel about Russell, how Russell is treated as a quarterback. So much is taken personal. That's the mistake right there. Right. He just needs to... He needs to take a step back and realize everyone has the same goals as he does, but they just approach them in different ways.
Well, you brought up an interesting point, and that's the other underlying thing here. The current that Richard and other players feel that Russell Wilson is held to a different set of standards than the rest of the team is. And if that's a situation, if you're the general manager and that is a perception out there, how do you change that? How do you fix that part of it?
Well, the perception shouldn't be there. In 32 teams in the league, or those that have good quarterbacks, let's put it that way, the quarterback's held to a different standard. He's almost never, he shouldn't be criticized publicly, never. He's got too much on his plate. He's too much of a lightning rod. And what's usually done with a quarterback who's in a slump or not doing things as well as he should have, he's called in, the quarterback coach sits down with him, the head coach may sit down with him. So to me, that's just a situation that you address very simply up front. Now, Sherman's a volatile guy. Pete has always had to let the players have their say. And there's a byproduct of that. On the one hand, it's interesting, it's exciting, it makes for a lot of good stories. On the other hand, it can rub you raw from time to time. There can be conflict from time to time. That's just the way Pete does things. The key here is that, and I'm an expert, I'm probably the world's greatest expert on losing Super Bowls. Lost 5 of them. So bottom line is, you've got to get past it. You never forget it, but you've got to get past it. And that's what Richard has to do. He's got to get past that. If you dwell on it,
nothing good can come of it.
And the public criticism of the quarterback, I completely agree with. But inside the buildings, that those players see that the quarterback can also get that type of criticism that I get in my meeting room is also very valuable. In that article, I played for Pete, and he did name days, competition Wednesday, turnover Thursday, no repeat Friday, all of that. And now he has something called Tell the Truth Monday. It was interesting how some players said it's Tell the Truth to certain players Monday.
Right.
I think what I found fascinating was the portrait of this sort of this chaos that has sort of reigned over the Seattle locker room, even during good times. You referenced the night before the Super Bowl victory over Denver, the fight the receivers had, and I'm wondering, based on your time there, you know, is this crescendoing, and is it about to crash, or is it the same as it's always been, and now we're finding out about it, and is it sustainable? I mean, we heard, you know, Richard Sherman publicly mentioned in trade talks. Does that indicate
brought
something
up by him, by the way?
that something is possibly ending soon there, or is this just the way it's always going to be as long as these players and these coaches are
It's a great question, and I don't know. I mean, obviously, we all know that the window doesn't last very long in the NFL.
I don't know why I gotta go to the store.
You know, the receivers not only had a fist fight the night before the Super Bowl, but people on the team thought it was a sign of unity that news of the fist fight didn't get out immediately.
There's actually some truth to that. Yeah, there really is. They were, in some way, remind me of the Cowboys of the '90s, except the Cowboys found a way to win 3 out of 4 years, you know, and win back-to-back Super Bowl. So that's the difference here. But some teams do tend to thrive on that chaos.
Yeah. You got to look at the whole continuum. You look at the Bronx Zoo. Back in the 70s
with the Yankees and Billy Martin, George Steinbrenner,
et cetera. Great team, won a lot. The Cowboys, you're right, they're a great team. They won a lot. Crazy personalities. You know, this is the same thing with a coach who sort of lets them be themselves and doesn't pay too much attention to it. And I think in the long run, personalities are what they are. Each team takes on its own personality, and this is business as usual. It's not going to change.
It gets to the heart of how we define success. You're talking about one play that if it goes the other way, you see the Seahawks totally differently. And I mean,
well, you see the
Patriots completely differently.
They can't win another Super Bowl.
I'm not bringing up old wounds. I mean, if your Buffalo Bills teams win one of the 4, they're talking about one of the great teams of all time, right?
Yeah.
So that's
exactly right.
A play goes the wrong way, all of a sudden, the entire history
of the perception of the Super Bowl being the Super Bowl winner being this invincible champion, and the loser of the Super Bowl being worse than the 2-14 team is the perception that we live with. In the media and in the fan world, but it's not true.
Now, going forward here, I only see 2 things that can happen here. It's either they win a lot this year, or because if they lose, this volatility is going to come out.
It'll explode.
Or somebody has to go.
Yeah.
And that someone is not going to be the quarterback.
No.
That's the downside of volatility. If you win, it's great. If you
Winning's
don't,
the ultimate deodorant. Isn't that what we always say?
Exactly right. If you don't, then it creates real problems.
Yeah. Just so people understand the things that would have changed if that Super Bowl had gone the way of the Seahawks, Pete Carroll will be the sole coach in the history of football to have multiple championships at the collegiate level and at the NFL level. That's it.
He's two decisions going differently from winning 3 straight college championships and 2 straight in the NFL.
Unbelievable. It's a great read. Thank you. Appreciate you being with us. But we should point out, not everybody thought it was the greatest read as we did, including one of Richard Sherman's teammates, Michael Bennett, who's always interesting. This article is trash. It should be on TMZ. It's all gossip. I'm surprised it came from you. I love Dane's Russell Wilson. Great teammate and friend and even better human. I was at his house last week, and he gave me barbecue ribs. Ribs, the ultimate bridge builder in the NFL. Seth,
when things go bad, blame the report.
There you go. When we come back, Dak, Carson, and Goff all had different degrees of success in their rookie year. Bill Napoleon on what to expect in year 2, next on NFL Live.
You can go straight down 64.
It's a no-brainer here in Indy.
No OT tonight.
Okay, I see you here. 1694.
Ball game.
Barker Beer.
With the smooth finish. Real smooth. When you got flow, you know. New Gatorade Flow. All the flavor with a new smooth finish.
The sub above difference is legendary. With Jersey Mike's,
throwing an unforgettable party is easy. Now this is a party.
There you go, right there.
Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Talk to me like I'm an inmate.
Touching, seeing, hearing, feeling, gripping, stirring, escaping. Everything you get from a sports car.
For great XE offers, visit your local Jaguar retailer today.
Universal Technical Institute is now training students for future positions in the transportation industry. If you have a passion for putting machines to the test, UTI is ready for you with over $15 million in sponsored scholarships this year. We build our programs with the leading names in the business, so you can learn the professional skills you need in classrooms like these. Visit uti.edu to find out about programs, campuses, and financial aid. Contact us today to enroll.
The sub above difference is the shortcut. Just order online, avoid the line, and grab a sub with your name on it. Congrats! You're now the envy of the entire line. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
What do you see?
San Antonio is back on top once again.
There's only one answer. Those who make it here take their place forever. When you get to the top,
the dream season is now complete.
Only one label sticks.
Cleveland is the city of champions once again.
The NBA Finals begin June 1st on ABC.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Pharmacy with just a few patients there, and you hear, it'll be an hour. How does Ripley Drugs do 7-minute service? It's the power of the clothespin. At Ripley Drugs, we take calls in from patients and doctors, but when you come in the door, we use a clothespin placed on your basket. That means you've been moved to the express lane. Medicine's filled and you're on your way. Ripley Drugs and the clothespin, ready in 7 minutes. Ripley Drugs, focus on your health.
Well, life comes at you fast. At this time last year, Dak Prescott was just a 4th-round pick, number 135 in the draft, looking to find a way to latch on with the Cowboys. Now, arguably, he's the star of stars on the Cowboys roster. Looked to as the man not only to get Dallas back into the playoffs, but a Super Bowl in the near future.
It's funny just watching that film from last year, day 2. I mean, I got 2 reps out of the whole day to the reps I get today. So it's a great improvement in the number of reps. I'm thankful. Yeah, mentally, I think as a quarterback and really pretty much at every position, the number one way to get better is just number of reps. And just me having a good bit of those this offseason, I think is going to allow me to get better at my footwork, get better at the reads, get better going through things faster, and being more accurate every day.
Same situation kind of for Carson Wentz in Philly. Year 1 for him now entrenched as the Eagles starter. Now, it didn't go as well for Wentz as it did for Dak in his rookie year, but it was pretty darn good. And Wentz is ready for the challenge ahead, especially with some of the new weapons he has at wide receiver.
I mean, coming in this offseason, I realized it was a big offseason for really this offense, this whole team. You know, for me coming in last year, a little different story. So now it's just really focusing on these guys and focusing on this playbook and how we can start building something special. It's come very kind of naturally, organically as a quarterback here. I mean, being a leader kind of goes hand in hand. So I've been looking forward to that, and you know, I feel that's continuing to grow every day.
So while it went well for Dak and Wentz, it was not so good for the number 1 overall pick, Jared Goff. He struggled first to get on the field and then struggled when he was on the field. But new head coach Sean McVay is determined to make sure Goff gets better in year 2, and he has done wonders before. See what he did in Washington with Kirk Cousins.
You know, I think he's done a nice job just getting better every single day. We know that
Anytime you're not truly live in some of these periods, it's always a little bit more difficult, but I thought he's done a nice job managing the huddle. Got in and out today, seeing some things, progressing through based on what coverages we're seeing, but we're just focused on one day at a time, and so far he's done some nice things.
Well, Bill, we always talk a lot about the transition from year one to year two for a quarterback. When Mike Shanahan was having his issues with RG3, he said, look, year one to year two is going to be the biggest thing, and it was obviously there was an injury, so it became the next year for RG3. How important is it from year one to year two? How big is that jump?
The biggest jump a player makes in his entire career is between year one and year two. Mentally, physically, emotionally. Mentally, he knows what to expect. Physically, he's got an off season to rest and rehabilitate and get stronger, and they do get bigger and stronger. And third, from an emotional standpoint, he knows exactly what's coming at him, and he understands now at least what's expected of him and what the other team's doing. So
hopefully you have the same coaching staff.
Well, now, let's look at these guys. Goff is in a tough situation. He got on the field late, struggled greatly, new offense, so he's back to square one. Wentz has got new receivers, so he's got to develop chemistry with them, but it's the same coaching staff, the same offense. So he's got a big advantage there, and the return of his right tackle, which made a huge difference.
Absolutely, Lane Johnson.
And now, in Dak's case, he hit the jackpot. He's got everybody coming back from a great offense, the same coordinator, the same head coach, the same belief in the system. They're getting him ready to take a huge step in terms of being able to run the game and to manipulate defenses. His learning curve is way up compared to the other two.
And just hearing those comments, you could tell which ones were at year two and which one might have been still at year one, because Dak and Wentz, they're talking about progress and how much they're more ready for it, and then McVay's talking about in and out of the huddle.
Right.
He's talking about in and out of the huddle, and that's where Goff is.
Just meeting Jared Goff. This is a new coaching staff that didn't have any input on drafting him. I talked to some people on that coaching staff, and they have some positive things to say about him. They said, you know, he didn't show any flinch on tape when things were going badly around him. He showed a lot of toughness. They want to teach him when things are going badly what to do to make better decisions. Then they think that fearlessness that they saw on tape will help. They're going to install his own blocking run game. They think that'll help Todd Gurley. They have two veteran offensive linemen, so they think they can put Goff in a position, but they acknowledge he has a lot to learn, and of course starting from scratch with the new offense and new staff.
It's got to be one of the most forward thing I'm looking forward to this year is to seeing what McVay can do with Goff.
Right.
Yeah.
Learn a lesson from it. New quarterbacks this year, tamp it down. Take it easy.
Well, it's interesting. As you said, Dak hit the jackpot, but the likelihood that he's going to repeat the success he had his rookie year is almost impossible because everything went right for them last year. Everything went right. So even though he may have the best scenario, he may be the one that maybe takes a little step back.
People have a lot of tape on him.
Exactly right. Not so much for Jared Goff, and not so much for Carson Wentz either. When we come back on this edition of NFL Live, hey, it's the all-fun league now. But Antonio Brown's celebrations have become almost as much of his identity as his talent. What should we be seeing next year? Can we just run that back again for the rest of the show? Let's do that.
When you start out, you might not know where you're going, or what you're doing, or why you're carrying this red rose with you.
Believe in yourself. You think that any of these folks believed that I'd make it?
Definitely not.
That was a rhetorical question, Daryl.
If you want to make an album, make an album.
If you want to play the clarinet, maybe don't dress like this, but play the clarinet.
Here's to chasing dreams and the amazing places they lead. The all-new CR-V from Honda.
Hit Escape with great gear from Bass Pro Shops and check out the Sun Tracker Fishing Barge 20 for only $18,995.
This is what I feel like when I wear regular shoes. Cramped and uncomfortable.
Mr. L, you've been upgraded.
Which is why I wear Skechers wide fit shoes. It's like first class for your feet. Try Skechers wide fit with air-cooled memory foam.
It's time for some straight talk. If you love your phone, but hate your bill, do something about it. No, not that. Straight Talk Wireless lets you keep your phone, number, and 4G LTE network for a lot less with the Bring Your Own Phone activation kit. It's time to ask yourself, why haven't I switched? Unlimited talk, text, and data for $45 a month, no contract. Straight Talk Wireless, only at Walmart.
Introducing Papa John's large bacon cheddar burger pizza, only $10.
Bacon cheddar burger pizza? I love that zesty burger sauce. And I hate the smoked bacon and pickles covered in melted cheddar.
I told her, I said, just keep straight down 62.
When you love better ingredients like we do, you go the distance.
Get the new Bacon Cheddar Burger Pizza with pickles, bacon, and zesty burger sauce. On pan or large crust, only $10.
Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's.
The average family's below average deck. It splintered 11 paws, triggered an award-winning sigh, and inspired one incredible makeover. Just clean, conceal, cover. Since then, it's hosted one dance party, staged 4 sold-out shows, and sparked deck-over do-overs for days. It's your made-to-last deck, one great leaf for bare feet. Bear Deckover, available in 3 finishes. Right now, get incredible savings on Bear's top-rated paints and stains, only at the Home Depot.
Looking good, Mr. King of the Hill. Mr. DXL Shopper Man. Mr. Waist Size 38 and up wearing, slow motion walking, wife pleasing fashion stud. Looking good. All the brands you love, waist size 38 and up, DXL. You're looking good. Find the best selection of shorts from top brands like True Religion, Tommy Bahama, and Nautica.
Start your Sunday with a story. E60, Sunday at 9 on ESPN.
The portal with a swing and a roll in a country mile. From the plate to now in the plate.
Mets, Pirates at 8 on ESPN.
We'll have Alabama at #1 seed Florida at 7 Eastern in softball. Then at 9, Ole Miss squares off against UCLA. Tonight on ESPN in the first games of the NCAA Softball Super Regionals. And yes, both games are available and streaming live on the ESPN app. Victor Cruz has found a home. The former Giants receiver, as we look at press coverage here on NFL Live, has signed with the Chicago Bears. He joins a plethora of wide receivers the Bears have added in the offseason. Ruben Randall there, Cameron Meredith, obviously from last year. Lots of options for either Mitchell Trubisky or Mike Glennon to throw to in the 2017 campaign. All right, inside the film room now and inside the headlines on NFL Live. From the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, the headline reads, Antonio Brown still can't twerk, but he's excited about group celebrations. Let's hear what he had to say about this.
I'm sure the guys looking forward to it. O-linemen, some of the guys that's going to get to celebrate with the guys who get in the end zone, so I think it'll be fun.
So would you like to utilize the team concept and celebrate with?
Absolutely. Pouncing, I haven't celebrated with pouncing in the end zone since we've been here. The catch rate, some of the O-line guys, those guys be excited to score. I'm sure they'd be tired when they score. They'll be trying to get out the field, but I think there's another reason to be on the field.
Maybe is this something where you've had ideas for years, and now you're kind of anxious to unleash some of them?
I'm excited about it, man. I'm looking forward to celebrating with my teammates and do it the right way.
What kind of new idea can you?
Man, I look forward to it.
He's not giving you anything. He's not telling you what those celebrations are. Inside the film room here, Dan, let's start with you. A pumpitude is still out, unfortunately. Should the league be concerned about some things that Antonio might be doing?
You ain't squeezing about it.
Antonio's been holding
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You got to the journalistic part of it very quickly, though.
I don't think that. You know who's worried? I think is the officials. The officials went into this offseason wanting some more clarity on what they should and shouldn't flag, and ostensibly they got some, but I believe there's still.
What up, fellas?
Yeah, he's stupid.
What up, fellas?
What's up, man?
Finna beat his nigga ass real quick, rock ass. Yeah.
What's that, Rico?
Finna beat a nigga ass and Madden real quick. You know, Brock has something. You know, a little something.
Hey, Rico.
What's up?
I better trade me your wide receiver for one guy. I'll trade him back.
Who?
Your wide receiver, nigga.
Yeah, no, well.
Yeah.
I already played my game, nigga.
Trade me your wide receiver. I'll trade him back.
I already played my game. He ain't
What
on
about cheap for this garbage ass nigga, man?
Hey, why you swing, man?
You can't make already? Oh.
What?
Really?
Huh?
Really?
Hey, Ryan. What's up, Rico?
What's up, man? Yeah.
Hey, man.
Man, your fat ass should have smacked that.
What you got? What you got?
Good Ryan.
Put my picture for you.
I didn't know y'all type did that.
Yeah, trying to freak it.
Let's do that.
That's cute. What y'all doing now?
That's a good bitch.
Oh. Look.
Got you at a good time.
You should kind of reach back there and beat them gums. What face? Ah, she been kidnapped. Time.
I'm out here beating the shit out of this nigga, man.
I got y'all look good, bro. Oh, you playing the game. You talking to people. Oh, Jesus.
I'm out here beating the brakes off this nigga, man.
Don't be talking
she pressed hard. Oh, shit. Hey, Rico. Who got crossed over today, man?
Oh, man, Craig, he moved the moves today, nigga. You know that nigga been playing 2K too long. I ain't never seen Craig do no move like that.
What do you play the game?
I'm playing basketball.
Oh, today. Oh.
You do it?
Fuck.
Hell yeah.
In 12 months. 12 months.
Now he ain't got that did a move, had to hold it.
He had you
and did a carry over spin move on my ass.
Damn. He's slow.
Have fun, Rico.
Ah, yeah. For the call Felicia over here, so you leaving?
I wish you would.
I'm gonna call Felicia.
Tyrone be over here every day. You go, go.
Damn.
Felicia gonna suck something. She ain't scared.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. Don't throw the ball, bro. Don't throw the ball. I just told the nigga not to throw the ball, man. He said Felicia gonna suck slow. What? 18!
That's a made up name.
Oh my Jesus.
Yeah.
Get out of there. Get out of there. Damn, man. Damn, I had a nigga in scoring position, man. Nah, you fucked up.
Lil Ryan. Lil Ryan.
I'm just warming a nigga up, bro. That's all. I can't warm a nigga up, man.
And LeBron's mad as hell come today.
Say what, Rico? No, still an ass nigga. Get out of here.
And LeBron's mad as hell come today, man.
I'm alright.
LeBron. Ryan, some of your mama you start cutting up, bro. To fix your body. As soon as the game over with, I promise.
You fucked up. You fucked up. You fucked up, little thing. Damn. It's time here to sit down.
Yes, come on. Hit that weak ass nigga, fool.
Yeah, we're gonna be at your house. Swings, bitch. What the fuck? Might put the nigga in the game. Woo! Shit! Damn! Somebody don't give a fuck. He throw that hoe straight down the center. Good timing. Somebody zipping that hoe. 3 pitches having that nigga. Slide.
Get up
out of here. Get up out of here, man.
Slap beat the nigga ass, fool. I'm gonna make you a bottle, okay?
Get up out of here, man.
Let me beat the nigga ass, fool.
Somebody out here bargaining with my nigga Ryan. One more out and I'm gonna win this game, bro. One more out and I'm gonna win this game. It's a wrap. Get that shit up out of here. I ain't up out of here. Damn, I thought this shit was gone. Drop. Damn! Flyouts. 3 straight flyouts, man. Three 4-0-5-3-6. I thought I was straight down the center. You scared, man. You scared, go to church, man. You scared, go to church. You scared, you go to church, man. Let that. Okay then. Okay then, he ain't chase it.
Hey, Brent.
What's up?
I mean, you heard what Hamilton did, who?
Who, to my cousin?
Huh?
You talking about what she did to my cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She drained the hair. My cousin was on suspension, so she be making little plates and shit and selling them. Yeah. What the fuck? Is out. He out. He too slow. Damn.
Right, how you find that, nigga?
What you calling? Know what I'm talking about?
Who?
Better get your ass back, let that. Get out of here! Damn! Throw the ball! You ain't got no time for no second. I'll throw a ball. Rozier and Bobo. But you getting tired.
Hey, fool, what's on? Hey, bro, what's wrong with her ass, though, fool?
Man, that hoe crazy. Fuck that steal. Bad thing I'm dumb. Fuck that nigga stealing. Fuck that nigga stealing, man. You fucked up. You fucked up. Ooh, this whole be up out of here. What the fuck? That shit was good timing, man. I tried. Let me just get a nigga on base, man.
Oh, you think she'll get her job back, dude?
Damn! He busted his ass. He busted his ass. Nah, she was on suspension. And she, you know when you're on suspension, you ain't supposed to come up there. And they said that she came up there Nobody know she was up there. She had gave it to the people that drive around and to secure the perimeter, and gave it to them to bring it in, bring them a plate to bring it in. And the lady she found out and snitched on her. She ain't had shit to do with the lady. She snitched on her. Damn, man. That nigga was safe, man. That nigga was safe. That nigga was safe, man. Right. Man, so that all game have you.
Dang. They gotta be that nigga quick.
Here come the pass, baby. Here come the pass.
Could have taken me
Who the fuck trying to be from Ohio? Hello?
Could have taken me got that nap, y'all. I'm tired of the motherfucker.
Damn. What the fuck? That shit must be on.
There we go.
Who was that, nigga?
Now my cousin that work in the kitchen.
Who? Oh, yeah. Yeah, the nigga, yeah, what's up?
Yeah. That nigga was telling me, man. Oh my Jesus! This stupid ass nigga. Hey, chief for this ass, man. I'm gonna get a double play. It's all good.
What is that, Braxton?
Oh,
Nigga was telling me how he got caught. The nigga was on a run for a whole year. Ooh, that was in there. Ooh, they cheating.
How you get caught?
Double play! Oh, they cheating! But yeah, he was over our other cousin's house getting his car fixed. My other cousin called 5-2-8 cash on his ass.
Damn.
Damn. He was telling me that shit yesterday. I was tripping. I was like, damn, bro, I should have snitched on your ass.
How much money he get?
Man, I think that nigga was lying. He said the nigga got about 10 bands. I think he was lying.
Hell nah.
Get up out of here.
Hey, fool, find out who fucked them hoes back there, Braxton.
Huh?
Ask your little cousin who fucking them hoes back there. The Marymount hoes.
Airmont. Damn. Oh, Jesus. Why you swaying, Braxton?
High pass, man.